Okay, so my plans for April, I have my book all ready to go. I have my whips that I have previously started of what I'm going to focus on for the month. My 2 new starts, this is my morning stitch, my 2 new starts, and then I have a place, I have a spot because I'm putting names on stockings, and then I have a spot for my finishes because I'm hoping to have some finishes in the month of April. Okay, so first thing I want to show you is what I plan on working on. Hold please. I just had everything tumble. Okay. And now I'm losing stuff. Okay. Sorry. It's Monday, can you tell? Okay. So the first thing I am going to work on is my morning stitch. What I want to show you is my morning stitch. So this is going to be the Prim series one I do. It's called Kindness and Generosity. And I have already checked my colors because I really want my cross stitch piece to match my quilt. Obviously, March's block isn't going to match exactly, but from now on, I'm going to make sure when I look at the threads that I match them as close to the quilt as I can. So I'll be doing that one, and then I'm going to be working on April. And I don't know what I'm going to stitch it on yet. Yes, I do, because I pulled some fabric for it. I am going to stitch it on this. It's 14 count, and it's a blue, but it's kind of mottled, so it kind of looks like clouds. I don't know if you can tell. So that is what April is going to be stitched on. All right. I'll tell you what, this whole doing more than one part is kind of got me flustered. Okay, so then also what I'm going to be working on is I am going to concentrate on getting another block done on my Hockran Hollow. And I'm going to move on over to this block right here with the chickens. I don't know if you can see that. Tell me if you can see what I'm showing you, how well you are seeing it, because when I look at it in my computer, it doesn't look like you guys can see it. So do I need to hold stuff closer? So anyway, I'm going to concentrate and see if I can get another block done, and before I put this away for a while. Because if I get this, if I finish this and get this block done, I only have these 4 blocks right here left to do. And so I think it's something maybe I can get done this year. I don't know, we'll see. But so yeah, so that's also what I'm going to work on. And then I am going to work on Cross Stitch Nation and get it finished. I want to finish it up, see if I can get a finish on it in April. So I'll be working on that. And then I've pulled out 2 other whips that I think I can get finished. And these were starts. I think one of them was a start in January and one was a start in February. Both were for family holidays. So I want to see if I can get this one finished. Little House Needleworks Simple Joys. I just love this. And this is where I'm at on it. So really all I have left to do is the house, and so the house, and then the words down here at the bottom. You can see that the house, the words at the bottom, and the rest of this border, and the rest of, so yeah, there's not that much. I think I've got I've got more than half of it done. So this is something I'm going to concentrate on, and I want to see if I can get a finish on that. The other one, I started this one in January, and I only worked on this one day, and that's how much I got done with it in one day. So not too bad. So really, the major part of that is done. All I have, I have left, I have her tail, the chickens at the bottom, and up here, and it's just really, not really a whole lot of stitching there. So I'm going to concentrate on getting this finished for the month of April. And then the other thing I'm going to work on is I'm going to continue working on this. If I don't finish this by the end of March, I am going to continue on in April. So very cute. All right, and then for April, I'm going to have 2 new starts. I'm going to have a start on Easter Sunday. And what I've decided to start on Easter Sunday is the Savior's Praise. And so what I do is usually when I start something for a family holiday or a holiday, I only stitch on it that one day, and then I put it up and then work on the rest of the pieces that I have as focus pieces. And then if I finish a focus piece, or if I finish like my morning stitch, then I'll pull something out. I'll pull something that maybe I've started or whatever and work on it. And once I finish those. So, but because this is so big, and it is Easter, which I don't think, we're not going to do anything. My husband will be out of town, so we'll celebrate Easter. I always do something for the grandkids. We always do a little Easter egg hunt, and I always have Easter baskets for them. And then we usually have a dinner or something. But because my husband is going to be out of town, he's going to be working, we're going to have to do it a different day. And so Easter, I think I'm just going to be staying home, And so I think what I'm going to do is a lot of times on weekends when I don't have grandkids and my husband's gone, I spend most of the day in my sewing room and then just stitch in the evening. But I think on Easter Sunday, I'm going to stitch. I'm going to start this in the morning and get as much, work on it as much as I can. And then I think I'm going to spend a few more days on it. Maybe make it a 5-day stitch before I put it up. Because I want to put, because it's so big, I want to put some, I want to put more time in it than just one day. I am going to be stitching it on. This is called, I think it's called Thesbe. It's Thesbe. It's by Seraphim Fabrics. And anyway, it's just a real pretty neutral color. It's 18 count. And I am using all of the called for DMC floss. So I've got it all ready to go. And then on April 5th is my grandson's birthday. So I'll work on this on the 4th on Easter. And then on the 5th, I'll have another new start. And then I'm going to pick this one back up and work on it for the rest of the week. So on April 5th, which is my grandson's birthday, so I'll have another, it's a family holiday, so I'll have another start. And I am going to start on Spring Farmhouse by Not Forgotten Farms. I love this. I have seen people finishing it and stitching it on Instagram, and I just love it. In fact, somebody just finished this. I can't remember who it was. I think it was on Instagram. But I love it. Love it, love it. So I'm going to start this on April 5th. And stitching it on a piece of 14 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. And this is not a very big piece. It's called for 32 count. And The stitch count is 148 by 118. So it is not a very big piece. So I decided, because I want it to be, I don't want it to be really little. I mean, I don't want it to be huge, but I have a wall that I want it to go on. And so I think it's going to fit on an 8 by 10. It'll be 8 by 10 or close to an 8 by 10, a stitch on 14 count. So, and I'm using all of the called for DMC floss. I got them in the bag. So I only have 2 new starts for the month of April, and so I'm thinking, since I only have 2 new starts, that I can get a lot of stitching done on my Hawk Run Hollow and those other 3 things that I want to work on, concentrate on getting finished. And then I'll continue to add names to stockings and the bling to stockings. So that's what I'm going to work on in April. All right, so this is a quilt that I took a class for. So the quilting retreat that I usually go to in June, it was canceled last year because of COVID, obviously. Everything was canceled because of COVID. But I took this class in 2019 at my retreat that I go to. And it's called Daisy Patch is the pattern. It's a Wema pattern. And I used a fat quarter bundle called Sweet Tea by Sweetwater. This is my quilt. So this was hard. This was a hard quilt. I mean, I should say that. It wasn't a hard quilt, but it had a lot of little pieces. And all these pieces that look like rectangles were actually half square triangles that, anyway, it just had a lot of little pieces to it. And I just had my quilter, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, quilt a star and some swirlies on it. And then for my backing fabric, I just picked well, there you can see the quilting on it. This is just a flannel that I chose. So anyway, let's see if I can stand up a little bit. And it's hard to show a quilt in on camera. This quilt finished out at 57.5 by 72.5 inches. There you go. I love it. Sweetwater is one of my favorite fabric designers, and yeah, it's a very patriotic quilt. The pattern, theirs is pink and black and white, and I wanted mine to be, I'm not really into a whole lot of pink. I like a little bit of pink, but not a whole lot. Anyway, I thought that was the perfect, and it's very scrappy because I used, the fat quarter bundle. So like in the pattern, you're supposed to use these all the same fabric, and I just chose, it was in the fat quarter bundle, and I just made mine scrappy. And then for every one of the red flowers has blue inside of it, and every one of the blue one has red inside of it. So anyway, it was not a hard quilt to do, but there was a lot of concentrating and making sure, everything was, you had the right red with, everything, getting it right. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, so that's it. That's it for today. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed that this worked. And I will be back probably in 2 weeks. I'm going to shoot for 2 weeks to maybe give you an update video and on my progress and what I've worked on to that point. So everybody have a happy Easter. Hopefully it's nice weather for Easter where you are. In Idaho, it's kind of hit or miss. We had spring break all last week for the kids, and it rained and snowed almost every single day of spring break. If they'd had spring break the week before, it'd have been nice and sunny and 60 degrees all week. So they need to have spring break the week before spring break. Today it's very windy. They said we're going to have gusts up to 50 miles an hour. I was going to go out and do some errands today, but I don't know if I'm going to because I don't like to go outside when it's windy. I like to just stay inside, especially when it's blowing this bad. If it's just a little breeze, it's not bad, but so anyway, I'm going to stay inside, but hopefully, I don't know, I haven't looked at the forecast to see what Easter's going to be, but hopefully it's nice for us in Idaho. So anyway, everybody have a happy Easter, and I will hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.